Hi, and welcome back to Social Media Marketing at UTSA. I am really excited to discuss with you your simulation, branding, LinkedIn, and your Hubspot certification. So, what does it take to be successful in social media marketing? Why are some organizations really good at it and other ones not? What does it take to be good? So when you're online and you're looking through your, scrolling through your feed, what would make you click on an ad? I found it really interesting. About 80% of people don't even realize they're clicking on ads. So that means it's so good that you don't even realize it's an ad. How can you use that and leverage that into your social media marketing campaign? When you're on your simulation, you're going to want to make that experience so natural and exciting for your users. So basically, doing a lot of research, seeing how other brands are doing it, and what makes them successful in growing their audiences, high engagement, reach, and then also conversions. Because at the end of the day, week to week, you're going to have some kind of revenue, but you can't just always go for the sale, because that's not a fun platform for me to follow. You'll probably get a lot of unfollows. So you have to mix in the right amount of fun, the right amount of educating your community, and then the right amount of asking for the sale. And that is an art. And it takes, it's your personality, and how you're able to do that is what's going to make you successful. All right, let's talk a little bit today. It's only going to be a few minutes because I want to get you started with your simulation, branding, LinkedIn, and Hubspot. So you're going to have a branding worksheet, and that's actually something very similar that we do in professional branding for an organization. So I want you to really uncover and discover who you are and your unique value proposition to the world. What do you have to offer that somebody is going to pay you to do? There's two parts to you and your success in your professional career. One of them is your skills. So you're in a marketing class, right? So what are your skills that you're developing in this class that you can be good asset to any organization? Then the other side is your industry experience. What industries are you not only good at, but passionate about? And maybe you can get those to align where you can match your skill set with your industry. For example, if you are really passionate about soccer, maybe you can do marketing for a sports company, or an athletic company, or soccer company, even better. Maybe you could be part of a soccer blog, or soccer clubs, and a soccer program at maybe the university, right? If you are passionate about cars and you just love them and you think they're the best thing ever, then you can have a wide range of opportunities to work maybe at Tesla or Ford. Maybe you start a mechanic shop and you do marketing for them. Maybe you're growing AutoZone and their e-commerce platform. So you can match your passions with your skills, and that would be the ultimate way that you're going to be happy in your career. You will be working, and it is hard, because I've heard people say, if you find something that you're passionate about, you never work a day in your life. That's not true. I'm very passionate about what I do, but it is a lot of work, and sometimes I'd rather be hanging out. But it does mean that you won't get burned out as easily, and you get energized from it. And I think that if you can find that and work your way towards that in your career, I think you're going to find true happiness. Then you want to take all that information and put it on your LinkedIn profile. Your LinkedIn profile needs to be professional, but also have the personality. So keeping that in mind, nobody wants to hire a bot or work with a bot or somebody who's like a robot, right? So have a little bit of you and your passion for industry reflective on your profile. This is not your management LinkedIn profile assignment. This is taking your LinkedIn profile and making it work for you. So your intro, your little pitch about you, It should reflect some of your industry passions or some of your really amazing experiences. A lot of you have traveled or from other countries. You speak other languages. You're passionate about community service as well and giving back. That should all be in your first little pitch. Then people, if they're interested in your headline, you look like you didn't take like a crazy picture of like your elbow in your LinkedIn profile, then they'll go on to read about you and check out your skills. So you want to make sure that all of that is reflective of your brand. And in your skills on your LinkedIn profile, make sure that you highlight everything you're doing in this class, because you will have completed that by the time we're done. So look at your syllabus, get some keywords, look at your modules, and then add those also to your LinkedIn profile if they make sense for your brand, right? There's other things that you can do that make sense for your brand. Analytics is going to be a big part of this class, and you're going to be analyzing data through your simulation. You can add that if that's, there's ways to use the materials to appeal to your accounting degree or whatever your degree is. Okay, let's talk about your HubSpot certification. So I'm going to give you step-by-step instructions, but for your midterm, you're going to get social media certified through HubSpot. How exciting, right? HubSpot is one of the leading social media marketing and sales platforms in the world. And they have an academy, and I found that it's really helpful. So you're going to log right into this. This is what it's going to look like. Social media free certification course. Okay. And it's great. It's interactive. There's videos, there's a little bit of reading, and then it tests your knowledge throughout. I found that most people, it takes about 3 days to work through this, because you can pause and come back into it. So that will be your midterm. And then on the HubSpot as well, I'm going to post instructions about your inbound, and that'll be your final. So, and I will need a copy of your score. Please, please, please take a screen grab of your score and upload it directly to Blackboard. So it has to have your name, I think it has a date stamp, and then your score, because that's how I'm going to give you credit. If not, you get a 75% if I just see your certification. And I don't want to do that. I want to give you all the credit for all the awesome work that you're doing. Okay. This is where we start our simulation. I'm going to give you some quick tips. Logging in, I'm a student, and let's see how it goes. So you're going to go into your simulator, and I'm going to unblock it. I have to do that because most people just dive right in and start posting. I cannot reset your simulations. Please remember that. Once you post and you run it, that's it. There's nothing I can do. It doesn't matter what happened. It's like the real world. Once you hit done, it's done. And this has no reset button. It's not my fault. That's just how it is. So take it very seriously. Although I did build in a lot of cushion for in case you want to really do some experimenting, or if you totally blow a round or two, you could still easily get an A. So don't panic, but I can log in and on the instructor side as you, and I could see all the effort you're putting or not putting into your work. So here you go. Instructions is here. You're going to click that and see this little video. You want to watch this. It has tons of tips and advice, and this is going to set you up for major success in your simulator. The simulation is a big part of your grade. Not only that, but it's the only way you're going to be able to show what you know. And that's the best part about getting an education and using these tools. You paid for it, and I want you to look and be intelligent when you're out there in the marketplace. So here's your products. You're going to flip through this. So you learn about Buoy. Here's your products. Here's your market, analytics, budget, and goals. The products are really important because you're going to have content pieces, but also it's good to know like how much are travel bags, duffel bags, backpacks, messenger bags, pouches, right? So when you're running campaigns, you probably want to do a mix of how expensive and cheap, because cheaper things are easier to sell or less expensive, right? And then more expensive ones are harder to sell, and who to market to on the right platform. So am I going to market a casual backpack to people on LinkedIn and be successful? Probably not, right? So really thinking through what products you're marketing to what platform and what messages that you're giving. So here's your market. Here you hover over each of these and it gives you some insights. These interests are not stuck in stone. You could probably widen your audience because it says etc., right? So grouping some of these together and expanding your interests. So you could type in, you know, and see if it's available. And then your analytics. So after every round, you have an analytics round. There you're going to have, you're required to answer all the questions for two reasons. First of all, you need more exposure to the language. And second reason is because you need to understand those so you can communicate them and you can know how to fix your campaign the next round. So the simulation is set in October and it goes through, I don't know, the beginning of the year, I believe. And every week you have $5,000. So be cognizant of the calendar time. So if it's middle of October, what kind of campaigns would a normal buoy bag or bag company run? So you need to think through this. You need to mesh the real world time of the simulation with what's going on in there. So here's your budget. Now, each piece of copy you have to pay for. So you want to spread your money out through the whole week because the weekends are probably really popular, your bag company. And you want to start to think through, like, how am I going to post to all these people and run campaigns to them? And what's my end result? Is it always a sale? Well, if you do that, then you always have to have a sale. If you're always posting about buy my bag, you're probably going to lose followers. So you want to be really cognizant about mixing in an awareness, awesome organic content, and just really cater to that audience. So here you go. You're going to go into posts. So this is where you post. Here's the platforms you get to pick, right, for each one. There are tips in your book as we progress through the class that tell you some ideas and suggestions on how to be successful on each of these platforms. They are not set in stone. They're general guidelines for you to test throughout the course. Done. All right, and then you want to save all your audiences. And then here's your scheduler. So you want to schedule them out for the week, pick the time, and schedule. And then you just keep building your posts quickly. You're required to do 20 posts your first round because that's called your testing round. Wherever you work, whatever you do, anytime you take over an account, minimum 20 posts. So you can test, get data, and see how they all did. And then you can learn a lot by exporting your data and refining your strategy for the next week. All right. See if you can beat me. My best first round, I think, was a little over 40,000. My best second round was 60. So I almost had in the majority of my revenue goal within my first couple rounds. My best post I've ever had was over $40,000 in revenue. And I that was a big campaign that I ran through the week. So try contests, try different types of promotions that are not always discounts. Try a lot of different ways to get your audience engaged and clicking and active on your community. And then when you do post some kind of promotion, they're going to be really excited. Okay, hopefully this all is starting to make sense to you. I'm going to go ahead and release the simulation and good luck. I can't wait to hear about what you do. Post in Slack if you have specific questions while you're getting started. Screenshots are great. You can upload those right to Slack. Help the rest of the class out too, because I'm sure somebody else has those questions. After every round, we're going to have a discussion board. Those who do not participate in this discussion boards did not do well in the class. So you have to be engaged. That will substitute as our in-class discussions. And that's where you're going to talk about what you did well and what you didn't do well. You're not in competition with each other. You all can get A's, no problem. So just keep that in mind. The discussion boards, not only are you going to talk about that, but I'm going to review them all. I'm going to glance and see like what are the most pervasive problems. I do have a TA, thank goodness, because the class is way too big for me to manage all that myself. And I will be creating and posting to address like major concerns overall for the class, but I also need you to read through what other people are doing and what they did well and what they didn't do well, so you can learn from each other, because that's what we do in class. Because it's not all on me, we're a community learning from each other, because what works for me might not work for you, because maybe I can really get the LinkedIn and the Pinterest audience, but you crush it on Instagram and Twitter. So we all need to come together so we can master each of these platforms. Okay, so that is all I have for you today. Please message me with any specific questions or concerns. But if you can, even just share with the class in the Slack channel. Looking forward to it. Good luck. Have a great day.